Yeah. First of all, it wasn't laziness. I said laziness is a joke. It was a 2 hour drive to set and a 2 hour drive back
Uh,
for a half hour exercise and milking it.
Great. What's up, man?
Hi, buddy.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hi.
That's awesome.
Hi. Yeah, so I'll have to start out by saying that I've watched the first three episodes of this new season, and have had just as much of a blast as I've had on the previous three seasons. So, so,
Great.
so that's
Amazing.
good.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it is. And I also want to start out by saying that I'm a huge Banshee fan from way
Oh,
back
There we
too.
go.
So
you're the
so,
one.
so yeah. So I'm pretty sure Lucas Hood would have wanted to watch this show as well. I feel like.
I feel like you might be right. I'm sure he would
Yeah.
have been a fan.
Yeah. And I wanted to start out by doing something weird actually, and I have
Great.
real questions too. But I've been doing some research prior to this, of course, and I've been watching a lot of your interviews. And in the comments, a lot of people are saying that you, Anthony, is kind of the proof that Clark Kent and Superman works because with the glasses on, you feel like a different person. So 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 I wanted to try it out just to see what happens if you remove them and smiled at us and see if yeah, there he is. That's
I
the,
think it's
the,
kind
the
of I like to think that it's more than just the glasses that separate me from the character, but that's all good.
I I hope so.
I can't see
Well,
anything
well,
without these, so it's an interesting exercise.
Well, the prescriptive.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all prescription. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that you, Anthony, was like offered a cow milking class prior to that scene with the cow that you declined for, well, I guess laziness, you said. But I'm wondering how many other weird lessons you've been offered prior to doing some scenes on this show, and is there anything that you wish that you would have learned or tried to learn before signing on to do this show? Because it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah. First of all, it wasn't laziness. I said laziness is a joke. It was a 2 hour drive to set and a 2 hour drive back
Uh,
for a half hour exercise and milking a cow. And on the day in the schedule, I had a gap of about 2 hours, and the cow was going to be there. So I said I could just do it then.
do it on the day.
Just to be clear, okay?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
we can call it
that's
laziness.
We'll
fine.
do it live.
Have it your way. I'm lazy, but no. I actually I'm gonna flip your answer. One thing that I was really happy. Um, I surf, and so the position that you need to be in, lying on a surfboard and paddling, is exactly the same position when you're doing flying scenes.
Oh,
So,
really? Yeah.
yeah, the muscles in your back that hold you upright, it help when you're horizontal. Um, Thankfully, that set me up for a very easy time in the wires, which I didn't expect. So, because I didn't really know what to expect coming in, so that was a happy accident.
Yeah. Any Chase? Maybe you wanted to get some octopi lessons or something.
Yeah, I really needed some. I really needed some tests to test it out. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
To buy lessons,
Yeah,
what
no,
would it?
I know, no, they did take me through what I was gonna do when I was eating Timothy, and it was just like a phyllo dough pouch with like syrup and chocolate in there, and it was pretty disgusting. But yeah, nothing like actually watching him eat a real octopus. It's pretty gross.
Yeah. And I'm thinking a lot of the scenes that you shoot must be with tennis balls and green screens, or well, there will be an explosion here later. So on set, what was like the day that looked the most weird or funny? That when you afterwards watched it, the finished product, that you were like, oh, so that's what they were thinking.
Um, it's not
Yeah.
it's not quite what it's not. This isn't exactly what you were talking about, but one of the this not calling anyone a tennis ball either, but we did a scene at the start of season 3, which had Charlize Theron in it. And of course, Charlize Theron wasn't available to come up to Toronto to shoot it. So we had a body double there, and we were acting with her. So that then seeing all of a sudden the reverse of that with the real Charlize Theron was kind of insane. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Chace?
For me, it was the octopus stuff. Like, I was never acting with anybody, and there was always someone off camera reading my lines, and so they had some tape, but there was literally no one there. And to see what they do visually with the visual effects after the fact, it's like incredible. Got all these, I'll kind of be like doing this during the scene, like pushing little, invisible tentacles out.
Yeah.
And they'll add it in, and it's always so funny and fun for me to see them do the octopus stuff because I'm just acting with no one, and so I have to really know what I'm doing in the scene. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but it's fun to see.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to speak with me today, and best of luck
man.
with the premiere of this season.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
buddy.
brother.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
So she changes, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Well said.
And
Well
Sorry,
said,
I was
girl.
lost in
Oh,
yes.
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 yeah, hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hi.
Hi.
We love Sweden, by the way. No,
We love your
Stockholm.
setup.
So we
I
love
love your
it too.
setup.
All the above.
Well, I love your show, so we're
all working together.
They're all love here.
I like
so. Go ahead.
That soundbite is not gonna be good for you.
your meatballs are great. And
There
I
you go.
felt like such an American, so I didn't commit to the statement. But they are, and I've never even had the IKEA ones. So
Yeah. Well, well, thanks. So, so Karen, you're probably the one actor on this show that has done the most voice acting on other shows that doesn't even get to speak in this one.
I know.
Uh,
I'm saying marry the two, you know? You can have my
Please.
voice, you can have my face. You can
Yeah.
have them both.
full package.
No, nobody wants it. I've been pitching it for years and they're like, maybe not the face or maybe not the, but one day we'll get there.
You're the one component.
Yeah. I'm sure we will because you're doing an amazing job, because I feel like I can understand what you're doing even though you're doing the hand stuff.
Yeah, the handsome this time. Yes.
Yeah. So how has it been creating that the sign language, because it's specific for your character, right?
Yeah, I think it actually is what makes Kimiko special and stand out in the show. And I have like the best time working with our sign language, Amanda, who creates this beautiful language for us. And one thing that I've learned throughout the years is that even though sign language is not audible, it still speaks volumes, and it's very powerful. So I love playing Kimiko, and I love getting to do all the signing, and it's created a special bond between Kenji and Kimiko, but also Frenchie and Kimiko. So I'm not mad about it. I do love doing it.
Yeah. And Erin, Starlight kind of started out like this very innocent and maybe a bit naive character at the start, who thought she knew what she was getting herself into, but clearly didn't. Somehow she has managed to grow a lot since then. So I'm wondering, what part of Starlight do you feel like have changed the most since you and the viewers met her for the first time?
I feel like the thing about Starlight is she's inherently naive when you meet her, but not because of any reason that's her own doing, right? She was very sheltered, and her naivete is a necessary precursor to really observing the fact that she is unwaveringly earnest in her desire to make the world a better place and be a hero, right? So that's the cool thing about her, is she can go from being totally naive to completely informed, and at times like somewhat dejected, but no matter what, that core value of her just pure desire to be a good superhero never fades away, like ultimately. So I feel like the things about her that have changed have just been she has taken adversity and she's become stronger, but then we see her fallibilities this season, and we see that like at a certain point, you can't face that much trauma without it coming forward and without it manifesting somehow. So it feels very human, and it feels, once again, very grounded in very real issues. And she's not a flawless, like, superhero in any sense of the way. And she is very complicated and very multidimensional, and that's what plays out this season. And I like that we make her honestly so flawed, and I like that she has that moment with the Deep in episode 1. I think that those are integral moments, but she retains that value system. So she changes, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Well
And,
said.
and
Well
Sorry,
said,
I was
girl.
lost in
Oh,
yes.
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 yeah. So they're telling me to wrap, unfortunately. But Claudia, I must just say that your character is mind blowing as well. I'm sure
Thanks.
everyone tells you that. And I'm looking forward to see her go full baddie this season.
Ooh,
So
baddie.
Chaotic.
Be a
Gonna
baddie.
be-
Yeah.
Baddie.
yeah, so thanks a lot for taking your time to speak with me today, and best of luck with the premiere of this season.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Those were some of my favorite scenes to shoot. Honestly, they're just batshit. And the fact that I don't think any of the things that she says on stage, any of the conspiracies she spews are.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Blumberg, writing for Movies in Sweden.
Hi.
Hi. So I watched the first 3 episodes of this new season, and I'm enjoying it just as much as I've done with the previous 3. So that's good. And this time I wanted to start out by asking you, Susan. I heard that when you were that you got a bit emotional even when you tried out your suit for the first time, but also we get to see, or I've seen, that your character doesn't like the suit at all. So I was wondering kind of how you felt and how you think your character felt about the suit in particular.
Well, one of the, I think, joys of playing Sage is that she gets to kind of come in from a different angle. The show has kind of set up the values that being a part of the 7 is a natural thing to want. Everybody wants to be a part of the 7. And to find a point of view where someone's actually more resistant to that kind of exposure and has a different set of values was really, really fun.
Yeah, but you didn't feel like that though.
Oh, no, God, no. I loved it. I had a fabulous time, and then I had to pretend to not to. Hopefully I did my job.
So it was a lot more acting going on there than we will ever know.
Hopefully you'll never see the wheels turning. That's the hope.
Yeah, and Valorie, your character is kind of great at spinning facts or lies or events to her benefit, one might say, and to the advantage at least that really rallies the trolls. And I was wondering how it was to kind of act out those scenes and say talk like that.
The crowd scene?
Yeah, because I'm thinking people actually do that for real, but you get to do it on pretend, but it was pretty intense.
It was so much fun. Those were some of my favorite scenes to shoot. Honestly, they're just batshit. And the fact that I don't think any of the things that she says on stage, any of the conspiracies she spews were created by the writers. I think these are all drawn from life. People believe all these things. They were insane. I think my favorite, and there were a lot of things that you didn't even necessarily hear because she's sort of like on stage, there's other things going on, and you don't hear me talking about like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I don't like. Anyway, it was great. It was a great time. It was just yeah, I got to go like balls to the wall like I've never been able to.
You're so good at it.
It's like somebody and I went feral.
Yeah. And Colby, you're the veteran of this bunch, and your character really tried to get to the place where she has gotten, but now she kind of fears for her life always. Why do you think she even keeps going back to work? What drives her?
It's a great question. I think she does have an insatiable desire for power. I think she likes being at the CEO of the biggest company in the world. I think she's like the moon. She likes to shine off the sun as much as humanly possible. I think also she's aware that if she were to leave, she knows too much and she would probably die.
Yeah. I'm actually sure that you're correct in that assessment. Uh, so so Valerie and Susan, we only have like a minute or two left here. But what was it? How did you feel on the first day on set, kind of stepping onto this big production?
I mean, my first day on set was shooting one of those crowd scenes. So, and I don't know, it was sort of out of body. It was incredibly exciting, and part of what's fun about that is it's sort of the character within the character. You know, I'm performing somebody. So, yeah, it was just fun. It was great. It was great to get to play off the bat.
Same. It's like kind of going into like a neighbor's house as a kid, and your neighbor being like, you can play with all of my toys. Like, your toys are cool, the ones you have at home, but now I get to play with someone else's toys. It was really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the rest of the episodes of the season as well. So thanks a lot for taking time to speak with me today, and best of luck with the premiere.
Thank you so much.
He's got just so much charisma, and he and I had been talking for a couple years about, you know, if we could get him into the show. So I had my eye peeled for a character that we could write for him.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hey, hi! I love your bookcase, Jonathan.
Thank you. I love your show, so that's something.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I've watched the first 3 episodes of this new season as well, and I'm enjoying this as much as I've done the previous seasons. So,
oh, great!
So
Glad
for that.
That's frankly a relief. Thank you.
Yeah. So I know that you've been very clear with not wanting all these like big spectacles scenes if they don't advance the plot or the story forward.
Yes.
So I'm like asking yourselves, can we tell the story without this scene? Then we won't do it. So that's kind of what I've heard. So I'm wondering, is there like some really interesting visuals or scenes like that you kind of felt like this could be fun, but we could do without it, and we will never get to see it, but you could tell us about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I get in my writer's room, I get pitched 10, 15 things a day that are just absolutely shocking and hilarious, and we laugh. And so I couldn't name a specific one because there's literally been hundreds of them. And if they don't advance the story or the characters or tell me something about the world, then we don't do it. I mean, look, the Vaught on Ice, you know, for as insane as that is, that tells me something about what's happening to the United States. You know, like that's a very right-wing, like, you know, that's a very right-wing song. And so it helps set like a political tone of how things are skewing more and more to the right. So, but it's insane and funny, and that's, you know, that's a good example of there is another layer to it.
Yeah, there's a pretty funny clone fight.
Oh yeah, and the clone fight is incredible to me, and God bless the producers of The Marvelous Miss Maisel, who were totally cool with us, like using that as a theme, and
yeah,
it was incredible.
Yeah, I was also supposed to talk with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but he was something.
Yeah, I guess he's ill today.
Yeah, he's ill today, so I'm hoping that he will feel better soon. But I obviously want to ask a bit about you casting him in the role as Joe Kessler, who in the comics are not like the alpha male kind of guy that I feel like he is, though. So what is it that made him perfect for that part in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, he's got just so much charisma, and he and I had been talking for a couple years about, if we could get him into the show. So I had my eye peeled for a character that we could write for him. And
Yeah.
when we were starting season 4, we said, we hadn't used Joe Kessler, and we've decided that, like, rather than have like this kind of weak character, to have a strong one, because Butcher's really surrounded by people who only try to hold him back. And so it'd be really interesting and dangerous to give him a character who actually tries to push him forward. And so very quickly I realized that that would be great for Jeffrey, and he was available, thank God. And he's such a good dude. I'm just so happy to work with him again.
I'm really happy with the scenes that I have seen, but I'm hoping for some more.
There will be
fantastic ones.
more.
And
There will be more.
yeah, that's lovely to hear. I also heard Jack Quaid talk about there being an insane ending to this the show, which there always are.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how it is trying to up the ante each season. Does it ever get to you, or is that not how you think about it?
No, I mean, look, we always want every season finale to feel big, obviously, but we're never trying to like top the previous season. We're just trying to bring that storyline to a head. And yes, I'm very pleased with how it wrapped up. I also had the honor of directing that last episode, and I'm thrilled with how it turned out. I think people will be blown away.
I'm really looking forward to it, and also congratulations on the pickup on the next season as well. So
thank you. Yeah, no, it's good to have job security.
Exactly. So thanks a lot for taking your time to speak with me today, and best of luck with the premiere of the 4th season now.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.